Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we are diving into one of Java's most powerful, but maybe sometimes overlooked features, the collections framework. We're going to show you how this thing you probably learned about in a textbook is actually the secret engine behind the apps you use, well, every single day.
So, let me ask you something. Think about the last thing you tossed in an online shopping cart, or the social feed you were just scrolling through, or that high score you're trying to beat in your favorite game. What's the one thing that connects all of them?
You guessed it. They all lean on this secret programming superpower to juggle all that data so smoothly. And in this explainer, we're going to pull back the curtain and show you exactly what that is and how it works.
And that superpower is, of course, the Java Collections Framework. But look, we're not just going to recite definitions today. We're going way beyond the theory to really unlock what makes this thing so powerful in the real world.
Okay, so what is it officially? At its heart, the framework is just a unified way to handle groups of objects. But honestly, the best way to think about it is like a super specialized toolbox. You wouldn't use a hammer to turn a screw, would you? Of course not. It's the same idea here. You need the right tool for the right data job.
And that, right there, is what this is all about. Because look, knowing what a list or a map is, that's one thing. But knowing when to use it, and maybe more importantly, why you choose one over the other on a real project, that's the key. That's what unlocks true mastery. All right, let's dive in with our first example, the good old e-commerce shopping cart. Seems pretty simple, right? You click Add to Cart and it just works. But trust me, there is a lot of clever stuff happening behind the scenes. A shopping cart actually has a few different problems to solve. First, it has to remember the order you added things in. For that, ArrayList is our hero, giving us that flexibility and order. But you don't want to accidentally add the same blender twice, right? That's where HashSet comes in, guaranteeing every item is unique. And finally, the site has to remember that this cart is your cart. For that, HashMap is perfect, linking your user ID to your items for super fast personalized access. See? A different tool for each job. Okay, now let's switch gears to another app you probably use all the time, your social media feed. That endless scroll might feel random, but it's actually a really carefully optimized structure. So your feed needs to constantly sort posts as new ones come in. A linked list or tree set is great for that kind of dynamic sorting. Then you've got your list of followers. It has to be unique, no duplicates allowed. HashSet is the hero once again. And to make everything feel snappy and fast, the Apple Cache profiles you've recently viewed. A linked hash WAMP is perfect for this because it gives you fast access and remembers the order things were loaded in. Pretty cool, huh? All right, time to level up with our last case study, gaming. In the gaming world, performance isn't just a nice-to-have, it is everything, especially when you're talking about the high-stakes world of leaderboards. So here's the challenge for us. We need to build a leaderboard that updates in real time and is always sorted. The second a new high score comes in, it has to instantly snap into the right place. So, how do we build that without slowing the whole game down? Well, your first instinct might be a hash map. I mean, it's great for fast lookups, right? If you need to find a player's score, it's instant. But here's the catch. It's completely unsorted. You'd have to resort the entire list yourself every single time a score changes. That's not efficient. Now, over on the other side, we have Tree Map. Its defining feature, its superpower, is that it is always sorted by its keys. You get the fast lookups and the automatic sorting all in one neat package. And that makes Tree Map the hands-down winner for this job. You just drop a new score in, and it automatically, magically, slots itself into the correct sorted position. No extra work needed. And this is the perfect example of why choosing the right tool matters so much. This one simple choice saves a huge amount of processing power and makes the code way simpler. And of course, collections are all over the gaming world. A hash map is absolutely perfect for instantly grabbing a player's stats or their achievements. And for something like a turn-based game where you need to manage whose turn it is, an array DQ is a super efficient way to build that player queue.
So we've seen collections at work in our shopping carts, our social feeds, and our games. Now it's time to put it all together and officially give you this development superpower.
So here's the cheat sheet. When you just need a simple list that keeps things in order and is flexible, you're going to reach for ArrayList. When you absolutely cannot have any duplicates, HashSet is your go-to. When you need lightning-fast lookups using a key, like a username, HashMap is your best friend. And when you need all of that speed plus automatic sorting, Tree Map is the hero.
So the real question isn't just about what the collections framework is. It's about how you're going to use it. Think about your next project. Where could the right collection make your code simpler, faster, and more elegant? That's your superpower now. Go use it. And hey, let us know your favorite use case down in the comments. Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.